everybody. Yes, good morning. Monday is hitting me like kapow. Thanks, Corey. I'm Jack, UI UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur. We've got Clever in the chat. We've got Sean in the chat. I am still working out all of the various things I need to do before I start going live. So bear with me. Today is David Lynch's birthday. Well, would have been David Lynch's birthday. So we're gonna, oh my gosh, Photoshop is giving me a hard time. So we're gonna try and finish this up. I'm gonna hop over to that screen in a sec in Illustrator. There we go. And we can take a look where we're at with that. Alright, so probably looks quite different. I did want to have this finished, so I think I said before that like I'm gonna have to work on this off stream because there's not enough of me to accomplish this in a reasonable time frame. So this is where we're at. You will recall I also organized my layers. Don't you love that? I think you should recall. So this is I'll give you a walkthrough of the progress as it was made. So I'm gonna pop that open. All right, background layer, chill out. All right, here we go. And might not have all of it saved from the back, but I basically, if I hide this, went through and redid all of the shading on the face because I wasn't satisfied with it. And then I went through and had to do some work to like fix the proportions even afterwards. And now we're here. And I'm pretty happy with the way that it's turning out. We need to work through the kind of remaining things are the background, if we're going to add anything to the background. And then I need to finish up the hair. You can see here, it's in kind of an unfinished state, and I thought this would be a good thing to talk about on stream. So I kind of stopped where I was at when I was starting it, because I thought I would kind of talk about this process here. Because people have a tricky time with illustrating hair, I feel, and it's not actually as difficult as it seems. Everybody's saying, looking good. Bliss is here. Welcome, Bliss. Welcome, everybody. It seems like y'all are enjoying being on Twitch. Clever's on both. Thanks for the support on YouTube, Clever. All right, so how I'm doing this is if we pull up David Lynch, since I still have my search open here, you can see David Lynch has some wild hair. Kind of take a look at the colors we've got going on. I've put down basically like a mid-tone. Hide all of this so you can see how I've done this. So everything is also grouped now, isn't it nice? So we started with this kind of shape, right? This is just kind of like the mid-tone for the hair. And then put some darks in where there's kind of like some darks, sort of where the hair, kind of hard to see in these pictures, but if you look, he's got like where the hair kind of folds over. You can kind of see it here. There's like a little bit of a shadow underneath that, kind of on either side. And it's shorter, so, because it's longer on the top, it folds kind of over in and itself along the side. So there's a little bit of a shadow here that I just did with like my, using that kind of like my color palette, that blue, that darker blue, and this kind of like the dark purple, kind of layering those colors. And then from there, I literally just use a lighter purple in a tapered stroke width. So I can just draw out a path. I'm just going to demonstrate here. We'll draw out a path here and apply a tapered stroke width to this. And then we can increase the line weight, and vary the line weight. So we got some thinner, some heavier lines. But I'm blocking in basically the hair pattern. So how I started, if we go into this group here, I think I started with like getting the main lines in. This might not be in the order I did it. Yeah, here. So then suddenly you see it jumps to where I'm trying to get like, this is a section of hair, right? Between this piece here and this piece here. You could, if you imagine it almost like making a blend, like a manual blend, you're creating basically a section, and I'm defining these sections out, and then I can go back in and basically fill them in with the detail. I'm also thinking about how the hair, the highlights and shadows fall, like where these midtones are going to come through more. So you can see I started to add shorter lines here. We'll add some lines kind of at the top too, that are going to be where there's going to be more of a highlight in the hair. So that's basically how I go about doing it. I don't put in like every single line, like strand of hair. You just need to suggest hair by using kind of like some of these lines. So this is one way to do it. I don't always do it this way. Bliss is saying that she likes how the eyes turned out. There's a lot of depth going on in here. I spent a lot of time on the eyes because there's also a lot of colors going on. So I had to be like cognizant of how I was like mixing the colors in, the blues in with the existing colors. Color was a big issue on this one, and I will tell you, I did end up going back in and changing some of the colors from the original. And one thing I did, because I was having trouble kind of seeing the whole thing, is I did actually go through at one point and I selected everything and I did a edit colors, convert to grayscale. And I did this because I wanted to just check my values to make sure that, because I was like, something is off and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the color or I don't know if it's the values. And so I did a check on the values, and once I saw that the values were holding up like this, I realized it was just the color and not the values. So at that point, I just kind of went in and made some adjustments to the values. I made the skin tone a little bit. You see, I added a little bit of like the pink. I like warmed it up without changing the value of the color, if that makes sense. So kind of brought all the colors kind of together a little bit more. So you can really see the difference when I pull it off. So yeah, that's a basic update of everything that I did. I really just focused on, I went back down to like, let's just start over with the shading. Let's get everything right. And then checking the shading, and then making sure that once I felt confident about the values, I knew that it was a color issue. So I just kind of went back through and made some adjustments to the colors to get it back up. Because I went back and forth about the eyes, and I ended up doing blue because I didn't want this to be a monochromatic illustration. I didn't want it to be all purple. I knew that I wanted to use these colors. So I wanted to include the blue in there, but I needed to be really careful about how I did that with all the other colors I had going on. So Unicorn says, Jack live? Welcome, Unicorn. Yeah, I'm live. I decided today's a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Day. It's a lot of things today. Today is a lot. So come hang out with me because it's a lot. And we'll draw David Lynch. It would have been David Lynch's birthday. And it's also Martin Luther King Day. So we're going to be working on this piece. So let me know if you have any suggestions, though, while I get started here about the, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh. The background. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Bliss is cooking something up. Gotta go check the stove. Alright, Bliss. Don't burn the house down. We'll be here. Draw some ominous whooshing noises. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Corey. I don't know how to draw ominous whooshing sounds as a thing. Alright, so we're just gonna add some more. I'm gonna lock everything except for the hair, since that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm just gonna leave the lines. It's gonna be easier for me to kind of work. I could go into the appearance, here's the trick for you, and check off new art has basic appearance, so that as I draw this, I don't have to reset my stroke width every time. So we are gonna start kind of over here, because there's like a curl that I want to add to the hair here, and I want to make sure I get it right. So we're gonna lock this in, as you do. That's a little bit too large. Actually, that might be right. Let me know what you all are doing today. It's also super cold here, so there's also that. I'm actually gonna pull this in. Alright. Channel your inner Lynch. I don't know what that means, but I like it. I'm a little... I'm not sure if I can, but we'll try. We're gonna try. These are a little bit big. I'm gonna bring these down. And I want to add these interesting components to the hair, but I also need to make sure that I know how to get out of it, if that makes sense. I know that's kind of weird, but like we have to transition from one section of hair to the next, so sort of think of it like a blend. Like I'm kind of blending the lines, you know? Because once we get down here, the hair is gonna... We're actually gonna have a little bit like this. And then we're gonna have it come back down and be like this. See, we're just kind of making sections. Small sections. Review my artwork on Discord. Well, I'll be happy to, but right now we're streaming. If we have time towards the end, we can take a look at it. I want to make sure that I have time to finish this today. Is the thing. Because it is David Lynch's birthday, technically. And I said last time I was on the stream I wanted to finish it in time. So, I don't think this needs to be a little thinner. Alright, that is looking good in terms of the sectioning. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to make sure I get this side in too. Oh, this is looking pretty good so far. Cover is working. It is super cold. Negative 26 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 3 Celsius. It should be about 40. That is cool. Is that the actual temperature or how it feels? Because there's like that whole... I just had a conversation about this the other day about how like there's how the temperature outside feels is different than the temperature, the actual temperature sometimes. You know? Actual temperatures in South Texas right now. Ouch. Well, stay safe if you are out there. For sure. Bring this line down. And I might too for the top here, for some of this at the top. Oh, there's also this transition here that's tricky. That must have been why I started here. It goes from like sort of falling this way to then falling this way. So we need to add that in. I'm gonna do... We need like a little bit of a gap. I think I need to change this base shape a little bit. We're just gonna leave it round it off. There we go. Clever says, I heated my plants with a chicken brooder. I didn't heat the birds because they'll poop on it and they're insulated anyways. Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, I forgot that you have lots of critters that would not do well in the frigid temps. Let's see. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. Can also go back over this with a another lighter color as well. Egg pudding. Yeah, let us know how it is, Bliss. Bliss needs a cooking show on Twitch. Hopefully you can start to see the vision here. How it's coming together. I'm gonna increase my line weight. I'm not really like, it's basically arbitrary how I'm increasing the line weight. It's not really important. Let's bring that down. That's a little bit too heavy. I don't like that. Have this look like it has maybe a little bit like a split appearance. There we go. I guess also in the chat, let me know if you have any questions about what I'm doing. I guess when I'm doing hair in Illustrator, it's more like a painting process, because I'm kind of like layering colors rather than, I don't know if that makes any sense. Creating kind of like this area in the front that's like heavier with highlights. But I guess in terms of layering, like I can always go back over, like if I wanted to split this, I didn't want this to be so thick, we could go back over this, and I could grab this color And create like a separation that way. If that makes sense. I don't think I want to do that right now, but there's like a lot of highlight right in here. And I didn't go with like a full, I didn't go 100, I went pretty, this is almost 50% of that tint, a 50% tint of that. So I didn't go like very light. I went like kind of light. I didn't go 100% white so that I have the flexibility to like add another highlight on top, like some smaller highlights, if that makes sense. I forget the main ones kind of put in here. Let's do like a couple of short ones. For example, I would, instead of adding that purple in here, I would probably go in here and add, or I will go in here and add like a light. See? Add like a layer and another lighter layer into that. But you see now why I did so much work on this off stream, because ain't no way I would have been able to finish this otherwise. I'm gonna leave some wider gaps here to let some more of that mid-tone come through, I think. I'm gonna go back to the top and work out some of this too. Might add some lighter purple in here. Let's do that. Let's add a little bit of a transition. Nobody's watching on YouTube. Clara was over there for a minute. Make sure that you group everything. I'm actually gonna go, let's go like dark purple. Let's do 75. 80. Purple. Actually, I'm gonna keep going. 80. I don't think I want to do 100. Yeah, that looks good. So now I'm just gonna add some kind of behind. It'll make that transition not feel so stark. It's mostly gonna be on the outside. Going to get a taco? A breakfast taco? What time is it there, Clever? I feel like it's very early. Stian's here. Welcome, Stian. See, this is gonna make our transition look a little better. A taco is good any time of day. I mean, I'm not really disagreeing. I just was asking if it was gonna be like a. Honestly, I don't know. What is the difference? What would be the difference if it was a breakfast taco or not, for that matter? Oh, I forgot to do the, of course, watching. Let me navigate over to Twitch for a minute. Let's give Sean a shout out. Let me make sure I mute myself on Twitch, or I'm just gonna hear double audio. That would be not good. I don't know. Talk about ominous whooshing. For the underneath, I'm actually gonna have it curl more. I actually find doing stuff like this, like hair. I know I've mentioned this before on stream. Stuff like this, like hair, and like fabric and things. I find it very therapeutic in a way and kind of fun. Oh, Caroline, thank you. Also, welcome. I think this is might be the first time you've joined my chat on Twitch. I don't know. I have to get everything kind of set up so I can see when people follow me on Twitch. So I know that Caroline did recently, so I'm gonna do like a thanks for the follow. I need to get it all set up so I can actually get notifications for when people follow me, because I don't really get that. It's not a crunchy taco. San Antonio loves breakfast tacos. Soft flour tortillas or soft corn tortillas, and then your favorite stuff: bacon, egg, bean, cheese, sausage, egg, carne guisada. I don't know what, I've never heard it with a G in front. Or chorizo. Yeah, I do love a good breakfast burrito or breakfast taco. So yeah, it's only my second time on Twitch. You feel so old. No worries. We'll say, me too, Jack. I love anything that deals with shading and stuff like that. It seems meticulous, but it's really relaxing, yeah. One of my, welcome, Unique. It's nice to see you over on Twitch. One of my goals this year has been to start streaming somewhere regularly, so this is inspiring. I even made an extension to inject chat into the Adobe app since I only have one monitor. Oh, you'll have to share that with me. I would, well, if you don't mind. I would love to have that. I would love to have that, because then I could have the chat, I feel like Office Hours does that, where they have like the chat up on this screen, so it's easier if people. It makes it easier so I don't have to like read every comment. You know what I mean? So that people can kind of see the chat history as we're working. But also when I forget to take notes, and then I go back and I'm like, wow, I totally forgot what I said I was gonna add based on what the chat suggested. So now I have to remember. But yeah. So I think that would be a very useful script for a lot of folks. All right, let's zoom out and see how we're looking. I don't know how I feel about these purple lines yet. We're just gonna keep going with it though, for now. Chat overlay, that is. You gotta restream overlay, hold on. You gotta restream overlay in OBS. I do have a chat, I'm reading the chat from the OBS restream panel. Because I find it easier to see. I can see everybody who's on Twitch and who's on YouTube. But I mean, you tell me, chat, if you think that if you would find it beneficial to have the chat visible while I'm working. Like if you want to see your own comments, I guess. If you find that, I know, like, yeah, like Ryan used to do it. Bliss had a separate window for chat. You know, if you find that helpful as a viewer. Actually, let's pull this over here. Oh man, hit the keyboard too many times. Oh yeah, I feel like unique videos on YouTube would be amazing if they did them, but no pressure obviously, because I know how much work creating YouTube videos are. Like creating like tutorial, like that is not my jam. It's a lot of work. So kudos to people that do that, because I'm gonna go over some of this with the lighter colors as well. I just wanted to get like a good transition from the lighter color to the darker color. You've seen streams that have the chat in the stream, and you find it annoying. Okay, that's fair. You know what, I think I went too early with those, but that's okay, I'm gonna leave it. I feel like I need to move these down here. That looks a little bit better. Kind of creating this area of transition from where the hair kind of curls over to where it starts to fall down to the side. And also the color transition. There's a lot going on here. Oh, the thing about the chat window and the stream is that it takes up real estate. But if it was just like a panel in Illustrator, then I could just like, you know, float it. Like, I don't have anything that I'm really looking at right now in the artboard, for example. Like this whole area, we could like pop the chat in there, but, or like move it off screen when it's in the way. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. I figured I would ask you all, since you're here, what you think of that idea. See like a couple sticking out. Anyway, so what I'm thinking for this, you see how I'm doing this kind of here? I'm wondering if we do the same thing up here where we don't have as much. Obviously we're gonna have some highlights right along the top here, but in some places we might need to add like a lighter purple strand for the hair. Apurva, welcome in. Let me ask another question while I have a captive audience. Do you find it beneficial? So I've been, I don't know what if there are restrictions on this, but I posted in the Discord. Even though it's a Twitch stream, I posted a link to my website. Do you find it useful to get... Do you mostly find out about my live streams while I am from social media, or do you come here, like, from my posts on social media, or do you come here from the Discord notifications, I guess? Alessandra! Notification from Twitch. Alright. I mean, no, I'm just curious. I'm just asking. I'm just polling the chat. And then we'll do some lighter ones. Be fine. It's gonna look weird until I get more details in here, but we're making progress. I don't feel like I need as many down here. And we'll do the same thing over here, I think, as well. Mostly just in here, because it looks just weird to have a sudden change. But if you do decide, random thought, where is this? Some weirdness going on. Oh, this is just too far. If you decide to start streaming, unique, let us know. I would love to catch one of your streams. You try to streamline your notifications. Do you have like some kind of... Are there tools? I'm guessing there are tools out there that let you specify, like, maybe not. Maybe it's just your phone notifications. That's what you're using. I didn't know if there were like tools that you use for that sort of thing, Bliss. These days, you just ask ChatGPT how to make the tool. A Jarvis? You see the email pop up. Instagram, Discord, all that. I don't do the notification and red dots. Oh, okay. Yes. I'm gonna do a couple in here as well. These ones. Now, go back over, make sure we get this all sorted out. People asking Bliss, when's Bliss gonna stream again? No pressure, Bliss. Sean just had a car detailer call and let him know that he paid too much. Well, that's very nice. I feel like that doesn't happen often. I want someone to... Actually, I take that back. I feel like I would be worried about scams if somebody called me and was like, have some free money. I'd be like, that's... Not sure how I feel about that. I'm thinking. Those are my thinking sounds. Alright, let's do organization. Why did that not move? You go in here. What's going on? These should all be... Oh, you know, I have a fill. That's why. I figured it out. There's a fill in there, too. I think this is the original shape that I started with. This one. And I had drawn it out because we were just testing some things. What do we do? We feel like the hair is capturing David Lynch? Alice Hunter says, wow, the hair looks fabulous. Thank you. Caroline says, the parcel delivery guy just knocked so loud and nearly had a heart attack. Oh, no. Oh, save again. Well, clever. I was smart this time, and I made a cloud file. This is a creative cloud file, so I don't have to worry about that. Versus the last time when I worked the entire 2 hours on this and did not save. Not once. I don't recommend you do that. Just FYI. Don't be me. Definitely like one sticking out like that. for sure. At least one. You could tell it's David Lynch just from the hair and forehead. That pleases me. I was admittedly not very happy about the state that I left this in from the last stream. I was like, this isn't it. I'm not. Have you ever had a project like that where you're like so annoyed? I feel like that's why I don't do a lot of portraits, because I feel the burden of making it look like a specific and recognizable person versus like when I'm just doing my own thing and it's just like characters. I don't have that responsibility. However it turns out, it doesn't matter as much, you know what I mean? It's not important. But when it comes to like portraits of people, like if it doesn't look like David Lynch, that's not good. You know what I mean? There's no expectation when it's just characters. Versus like, if it's a portrait, you better make sure it looks like the person you're drawing. I want to have like this piece kind of fall over where this is. That's a great quote. Bliss says, I feel the burden of making a person that looks like a person. I feel that too. Yeah, this is one that I don't think I got it right off the bat, for sure. I had to, if you look at the original, so let's kind of go back. For those of you that missed, I did like a little recap of where we're at on this portrait. But if you missed it, I had to go and fix it. So this is the original that we did, and there's a pretty big scale difference, right? I had to like go through and make some adjustments because I went back and I drew these guidelines for like, this is where the hairline is supposed to fall, and this is where the eye line is supposed to fall, and the nose, and I had to like shift everything up. But like, look at the distance between the eyes and the hair. That's a lot. That's way more than I had, which was not that much. You know, I had like, I needed to extend the forehead. So I'm glad that you said that the forehead in particular looks a lot more like David Lynch, because I was like, it wasn't before. It was not getting there. We were not there. So I had to do some fixing. It was not a good time. Also, let me tell you, if you're looking up reference to draw David Lynch, let me give you a piece of advice. His hair never looks the same. So, you just wing it. You're just gonna be winging it. Sometimes it falls to the left, sometimes it falls to the right. It's I can appreciate his I appreciate that about him. There's something about it that I think is relatable. You know? I'm gonna do a couple like this too. I don't want it to look perfectly symmetrical, so we'll add like a couple little like outliers. Just give it a little personality. As I feel there would be. Gonna do the same thing up here too. I'll probably add like a couple like Where does that go? It doesn't really matter. Just kind of makes the hairstyle look more natural. He has had a great head of hair, though. It's very true. Instead of hair gel, he used hair jelly. I don't like that thought. No, thank you. I think in some of these areas I got a little too precious with the details. We can increase those lines. Make it a little bit more high contrast. Swooshy. Agent Cooper also had a big forehead and a great head of hair. Y'all are on top of it with the knowledge. I have to admit that I have not seen all of Twin Peaks. I have seen clips of it, and I feel like seeing it that way, it's very confusing as to what's going on. I don't recommend that viewing experience. Changed TV forever. I mean, David Lynch kind of changed the film industry, all like film and TV industry as a whole, kind of forever. So. A little bit of a shadow there. Wrong layer. Don't do that, Jack. There we go. Twin Peaks is early 90s. Yes, I do recall it. I have a weird recollection of it being like on TV when I was younger, but obviously I did not catch it. If I would have watched it as a child, I wouldn't have any idea what was going on anyways. But yeah, I did not watch it like from start to finish. Wrong player, bingo. Is that a thing? Are y'all playing bingo while I work? I'm fine with that. Honestly, I encourage it. I will tell you, not in not recent times, in times past. If you remember Tim, of course you remember Tim. If you know Tim from Adobe Live, Tim had a Adobe Live bingo card. That was a thing. I don't think I'm spilling any secrets by telling you that. You did make a Jack bingo card, I know. Gotta bust it out. I don't know if, I don't have any prizes. If you, I mean, I can send you some stickers if you get bingo. Using the bingo card. that blends rather nicely. Gotta find it. Yeah. Oh, Corey, we mentioned Twin Peaks, so Corey's joined the chat again. I think the beauty of it was that it was like any other show in premise. It was ostensibly using a soap opera as a medium. There's like a weird area here that I have to figure out. There's like like I said, this transition here is kind of weird. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, I didn't keep my line style that time. You thought you were watching something normal, and then you would mess with your mind. I mean, that was the thing that I picked up on. I mean, I already picked up on that when it came to David Lynch. That was, I would say, in terms of Twin Peaks, I felt like every single time I caught an episode of it, it was like I was watching a completely different show. So, in that regard, I'm just going to copy this and adjust. You think you'll be watching Twin Peaks? Mixing a few episodes between watching The Twilight Zone? I feel like that would be an experience. Mixing Twin Peaks and The Twilight Zone at the same time. Okay, I think I'm capturing the one I'm after here, which is always a good thing. There's like a mess of... Actually, I'm gonna bring this down. Here. No, I think I needed to leave it there. Alright, we'll just make it smaller. Come on. How's the stroke always in the same profile? Yes, good question. I changed a setting in the appearance panel. So if you go over here to the appearance panel, in the little hamburger menu, appearance, over here, there's a little camera menu. I'll pull it out so it's easier to see. This little guy. And if we scroll down, this option here, which says new art has basic appearance. If you uncheck that, it will keep your brushstroke with the same properties that you had the previous one that you made. So whenever I'm working with like brushes, or I want to like keep something consistent, like I'm doing a lot of the same action or a similar action, I'll have that turned off. It's turned on by default, which is why every single time you create a new line or something like that, it removes those attributes. So, yeah, there you go. The bingo cards are more for prompt jockey rather than your stream. Well, I guess I'll have to make some for my stream, it seems like. So you can see here, this is all in front in highlight. This is all got a highlight where it comes back. There's like midtones down here. And then we're gonna have some highlights that kind of fall along the top here. And then once you get over here, the highlights are all kind of like, it transitions from like being in front to like this hair is over top of this. And so the highlights are all along the edge, so. You posted in the stream chat. Okay. If you're in Sean's Discord, you can find the links. Let me see. I don't know if I can grab them real quick. And I am gonna, so we're about halfway. I am gonna finish this today, regardless of whether we finish it on the stream, because I want to post it for David Lynch's birthday. And so we need some suggestions while I look for the links. We need suggestions for the background. Corey had suggested a quote. And there's a lot of David Lynch quotes, so if you know any, if you have a favorite. Oh, I see, it's an image. Well, I can't, I'm not going to be able to share the image. But if you're in Sean's Discord, which I also don't think I can share a link to because they expire, those Discord links are annoying. But I should, because Discord uses like auto-generated share links, unless you have like a vanity link. Regardless, I lost my plot. Oh, let me know what I should add to the background. We could just add like something. So we don't have to add anything, honestly. It's just really if you think that we should add something to the background of this to kind of complete it. Let me know. Yeah, these are very like prompt jockey focused, so but that's okay. I don't know if I'm gonna have be adding like dinosaurs or donuts to this, so. Well, there is a donut David Lynch quote, which I'm sure I'm gonna get inundated with now that I've asked for quotes. So. Just check to make sure those are all the same color so I can put them in this layer. I need to go and like work on this half of the head, but I've gotten so far on here that I want to finish the transition across here. And then I'll hop back over. You know what I mean? I used to do this kind of work and do it solely with a tablet, like a pen tablet. And then I just stopped because I could do it just as easily with a mouse. You know any quotes without looking them up? That's okay. You don't have to. I mean, it's just a question. I don't know. Like I said, if anybody has any recommendations, because I'm going to finish this today, so if you want to share your opinion on the background, now's your chance. But you certainly shouldn't feel like you have to. I don't want anybody to feel like pressured or anything like that. Heavier. No, let's leave that. Let's do this. I feel like there needs to be one more. Right, like right here. Okay, satisfied with that. Also, yes, I'm live streaming today for a couple reasons. One, I have the time and I want to get this done. And two, there's no Adobe live streams and there's no events today, so which means that I can work on this, which I don't always get the opportunity. I'm trying to get better this year about like finishing projects. Making sure that I finish the stuff that we work on stream and post it. Because I've been real bad about that lately. I have to get the... I did so many challenges this year, you guys. I need to post all that stuff. It's just no time. You're lucky you had to put a leave to attend your shoot. You shouldn't have had, like... I mean, don't miss work on my account. I'm not doing anything special. I'll be back on Friday. We're gonna work on some Lunar New Year stuff on Friday. So get your ideas for the Year of the Serpent. Actually, I don't like that. We're just gonna do this. I think that'd be enough. Negativity is the enemy of creativity. Yeah. Nobody knows the donut quote? David Lynch said, don't focus on the hole, focus on the donut, or something like that. Chat, I'm surprised you didn't give me that one. That's okay, I don't really want to do the donut one. I feel like I don't want to make it. I want to make it like that. Anyways, yeah, that's a good one. He's got a lot of good quotes about... There's a lot of good interviews with David Lynch about, like, creativity. A lot of good quotes about creativity. Keep your eye on the donut, not the hole. Yeah, that's it. That's a pretty good one. It's a good one. Step back, take a look. Make sure I still like everything. Alright, I'm still happy with this. That's very you, yeah. Yeah. It's very true. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Megan is saying, this takes me very off topic. Take me on a very off-topic conversation I had with my husband this weekend. I guess Japanese scientists developed a drug that could enable people to regrow teeth. The drug is being developed by this pharmacy, I'm guessing. Yeah, a Japanese pharmaceutical. So I said, wow, who else? I said, wow, so you can just regrow teeth anywhere on the human body. I mean, that's the thing. Not to get, like, weird or anything like that, but not to get like into medical stuff, but you can technically grow teeth anywhere. It is like a medical thing, a medical condition or side effect. And I'm blanking on the term right now, but the only problem I could see is like it's actually bad if you grow like if you produce too much bone or like too much, it can be also a problem. So I'd say it sounds interesting. I wish them luck in their endeavor, I guess. And somehow we're ended up talking about teeth in your yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole of stream conversation, but you know. If you know, you know. I'm just adding some darker values to this part, right up here. Random or the X-Files. It would be like we've come full circle to a Twilight Zone episode or the X-Files. So random Megan rambling for today. Outer Limits. Now we're just talking about sci-fi shows, which is fine. Lynch was very much against the idea that an artist had to suffer for their art to be good. He would often say that Van Gogh would probably have made more better art if he wasn't suffering so much. So I'm researching. Oh, in regards to the negativity is the enemy of creativity. So I'm researching if I can make one at home. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, I'm not gonna get into it. We're not gonna turn this into ramblings with Jack today. I'm happy with the way that the colored patterning is coming through on the hair. I was like, I'm not gonna do too much. I'll just block it in really chunky, and then here I am, like, I changed my mind. That tends to happen a lot with me. Let me illustrate every hair on David Lynch's head. I don't think I actually need that one. I'm gonna get rid of it. Lazu, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's staying warm. Just gonna finish this out. I don't have too much left. Get in here. This would be a good place to add some of those little bits. Like little stray hairs. Actually, this looks fine. That was a little too wild. Let's bring it back down. Alright. I'm gonna vary the line weight a little bit more. Alright, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Grilled bread. Hold up, what's going on? Someone's burning toast? The chat is off the rails. A perva burnt some toast. Clever's giving advice to go low and slow with the heat in a pan. But I feel like that's par for the course for Texas cooking. Brisket. Bread. You know, whatever you're doing. You should go to the restaurant and ask for grilled bread. You wonder if they would get it. No, we're just on different rails. Yeah, toast. I made my husband watch that video. I don't know that video. You'll have to send it to me. I don't know that I'll play it on stream because it may not be stream appropriate, but I was so uncertain that this was like gonna actually turn out like David Lynch's hair, but I'm quite pleased with the result. I'm not gonna lie. Quite pleased. Alright, we need to add these like bits in here. Just a little bit. Sharing the video. Alright. Either way, I won't be able to play the audio, so you'll have to watch that at your own pace. When I heard it was a video about toast, is it weird that I immediately thought like the avocado lady, the peeled avocado lady? This tracks. It's 16 years old. This tracks. The graphics and the audio track for 16 years ago. I just want to say. Can we bring back this aesthetic? Like, I want to get back to this. Like, this is the kind of effort I could put into making a video. You know what I mean? Like the blue background with Ariel over top. I could get behind that. Is somebody using a toaster as the percussion? It's the new retro. Oh, that graphic with the toast launching. I feel like that needs to be on one of those like grade school inspirational posters. You know what I mean? With the like it would be like it would have the artwork on like a rectangle inside of like there would be like a black border on the outside, and then it would have like text on the bottom that was just like, you know, it would I don't know, brilliance or something like that, and it would have like an Einstein quote underneath it. You know what I mean? The posters that birthed the original internet memes. Is that true? Do you all know what I'm talking about, or no? I hope you do. Otherwise you're like, Jack, what? I don't understand. Pretty good stuff. I do like the toast video. It reminds me of you all know the avocado lady, right? The lady that does the video, peel the avocado or whatever. It's like she talks about making guacamole. Anyways, if you haven't seen the guacamole avocado video, I thought that's what genre of video we were going down. But no. Toast video is better. I have to manage expectations, Megan. It's not a good video. It just is a video. No, but yours was nostalgic, see? The avocado videos is just weird. But I appreciate the nostalgia of the toaster video. I'm gonna have to add these to the video description. People who are watching the replays are gonna be like, what are they talking about? The highlights here are actually kind of in the middle. So that's where we're gonna focus our attention. See. You think the toast video was made with Adobe Spark? It looked like it was made with a PowerPoint. I'm pretty sure that the reason that there were so many blue... There was some video or, like... There's some software that made videos, and I want to say it was like a Microsoft software. Not like PowerPoint, but like something, right? And I feel like that's the reason why that blue had such a hold on us. Ray's here, welcome. Old Microsoft movie editing software. Yeah, I'm struggling to recall, but I feel like that was it. I feel like I'm right in that. Where are my video people at? To confirm this. Is Unique still here? I think Unique does it more After Effects than video, though. It's not important. There was a video shared, and we were all struggling to remember what the, like, ancient Microsoft video editing software that had, like, default, the option, if you were, like, editing video and you wanted to add, like, a text to it or whatever, it just had, like, a blue background with, like, white Arial text. We could be totally off base here, and it could not be a Microsoft product at all. I feel like it was. I feel like there was a Movie Maker. Okay, thank you. I feel better. You never use Windows, but it was probably a Windows Movie Maker. Alright, see? Cancel. Put in a 2-day leave, so I don't know what to do now. Okay. Did you have some, did you have something you were planning on doing? Or you just needed a vacation? You remember because you've used it? Not having a productive day, Unicorn. Oh no. You could stream. Adobe Live won't be live today. So. And then I could pass people off to you. I could do the raid. Since I'm a pro at that now. I have to go in like 30 minutes, so we will need somewhere to go after this. I'm hoping that that duck stream was at least interesting. I stuck around for some of it, but I didn't stay the whole time. So apologies if that was a miss. You're planning a trip to Slovenia? That's fancy. I don't take vacations. I think when Sean and I did the Firefly event about vacations, or about New Year's stuff, I was like, maybe I'll take a vacation for once. Probably not. Probably not, though. This all needs to be bumped up a little bit. Also, David Lynch's family is doing something today. They're doing like a celebration of life thing. I don't know if it's gonna be... They posted something about like a join us for some kind of like meditation at noon or something. Watching it live. Yes, meditating at noon. Oh, she was an interesting person. All right. Transcendental meditation. It probably wouldn't be my thing, but I'm also not gonna knock it. I feel like there's like one something here missing. You know, like that one little line or something here. Not so heavy though. Unless we return to teeth. Oh no. Don't like that. forgetting what the deselect command is. Just hit escape? No. Yeah, just all places the human body could grow teeth. I mean, you do you. If I'm not gonna, that's fine. I'm not gonna think about that any more than I have to. Penny's here. It's okay, Penny. We're glad you're here either way. Saw the zoomed out version on Instagram, yeah. I went to go post, so here's the other thing. For those of you who don't know, Instagram updated their, like, image grid. So I had a moment before I went live, like, I actually have no idea what size image to post to Instagram. Aspect ratio, yeah. I was like, whatever, it's fine. I've never had an aesthetic grid anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter. You've been just sticking to the usual square. I just realized I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So I exported an image and then I was like, I cropped it and I was like, that looks fine. It's fine. I did feel bad because I feel like a couple of weeks ago I modded that stream with Alex Lazarus, who's doing an Instagram grid for a client, and I was like, ooh, that probably didn't age well. I don't know why that sometimes the most finicky things, my brain gets stuck on them. There we go. Well, this is looking pretty good. The square still kind of works if it was just centered in there. Yeah, for this it didn't really matter. I was like, it'll look fine either way. I was just kind of, I just had a moment where I was like, you know, I realize now that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm wondering if I should add, not that I want to overcomplicate this, I'm wondering if I need to add like another layer of lines and just kind of add some to the background here. I don't think these need to be, they can all honestly probably be the same weight. I go pretty heavy. Like, just kind of, it's too heavy. And then I'm just gonna put this all kind of in the background. Let's actually lock all of this. I'm just working on a separate layer basically. Add on here. I just want to break up the background so it doesn't feel so, like you can see in places like this very hard edge. And we will put this behind. I think that helps a little bit. I feel the same way, Penny, and I don't like that because I know that Instagram is like also the bad guy. But I do like it serves me up a lot more artists than other platforms. Like I get a lot more, and I don't know if that's just because I've spent more time on it, but like I only want to see other people's dogs, other people's food, and other people's art. Like that's all I really want to see in this life. So whatever way I can make that happen, is exactly what I want to do. I'm trying to keep everything grouped, which is why you see me like moving around. You can see all the layers I've made. have to get the sides in. I think I made the ears too dark. Let's make these. Let's do 5 instead. It's a little easier to see. Oh, what did I do here? Added some text. Very nice. Alright, well, I'm not gonna make us sit through me adding the tiny little hairs down the side of the head here. I got majority of them in, or the highlights on the hair in the front here. Let's, in the last 10 minutes, let's talk about the background and if there's anything else we want to add. So we're gonna say this is David Lynch on this layer, and then let's move this back here, and we'll say this is, I already have a background layer. Alright, we'll just undo that then. What do we add? What do we need to add? There was the one David Lynch quote. That was all we had. Negativity is the enemy of creativity. Could we do a quote or just add a background? I realize you can't see it all when I'm typing. I just want to get it down. I spelled that all right without being able to see it. Gray and dark angles in the back. Yeah, I had the thought. I didn't want to film noir Dutch angles. Hang on. Just like lines? You got tired of the ads. You have more ads than TikTok. You mean just like literal lines? Or something else? I could just add a blend of lines, but I don't think that's... Is the background needed? It's so clean right now. No, it's not. I want to finish this today. And so in order to do that, I want to... Like, anything else I could possibly, you could think to add to this. If it's a background or we somehow incorporate this quote. You're right in that, like, I don't want to overdo it because I feel like if we add too much, it'll be, it'll take away from the portrait. Alessandra says, this looks so good, Jack. I like the expressive love and the details. Thank you. We talked a little bit, I don't know if you're here, Alessandra was talking about, like, how difficult I find portrait work and why I don't normally do it. Because it's, very important to capture the likeness. And it's interesting, and this is something that we can kind of end the stream with here. Likeness is not always like a literal representation. Like this is, even though I did my best to like get certain proportions on David accurate, there's also like when you picture someone in your mind, you exaggerate certain features because those are the things that like are maybe what you think of when you think of them. So whenever I am doing that, I try to like keep that in mind. So like the hair, David's hair in this is like way exaggerated. Like this is way exaggerated than what his hair normal it looks like. I mean, he's got crazy hair, but it's not this tall. I really exaggerated it, and then like I did make his eyes a little bit bigger than they would be in real life, just because it's, again, like kind of a focus of the face, right? So there's it's the reason that portrait work is hard is that, like, if you don't know the person that well or you're, like, not familiar with them, it can be difficult to, like, capture those elements that people associate with that person. Like, you might accidentally emphasize the wrong features. which is why I don't really like doing portrait work. Regardless, this is kind of an exception to that, so. Looks like he's coming out of the background. Yeah, I liked that. I liked the for me, I know that everybody really likes the eyes, likes the hair. For me, one of my favorite parts is obviously like the outfit. I really like how it's, I really like this part down here. How it's kind of like, I like when things don't seem to have, like this has definite borders, right? It's not extending to like the artboard, but it also doesn't. Like it's kind of like the artwork's kind of like falling apart at the edges, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's a thing that I like to do in my work, where things kind of like they end, but they're kind of like, you can imagine the lines continuing, if that makes sense. There's probably a term, like a term for that, like an art term for that. It's just implied. So, it's a lot of work I'm doing. Yeah, this was the other thing, and I realized that after I did it. I haven't, like, worked on a personal project in, like, so long. Even the stuff that we were doing, like, before we worked on the Mystico album, and, like, even before I was doing, 3 months of challenges, I was working on, like, the pizza infographic that we did on the stream, and I was working on, like, we were working on, like, the pro tip stuff. So I haven't done, like, a completely personal project that wasn't something that started elsewhere or anything like that. So this was kind of fun in that regard. So I think I overdid it a little bit. Like, I feel like I went a little bit hard on this one because I hadn't worked on a personal project in so long that I was like, oh, I'm loving it. I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, that maybe I went a little bit too far on this one, but next, this Friday, I'll be back on YouTube and Twitch, and we're going to be working on the Lunar New Year. The only concept I have for this is, I want to do a serpent, like, and use the intertwine with the year, but that's all I've got. So, if anybody has any thoughts about the Lunar New Year. We did a Lunar New Year rabbit 2 years ago, but I completely skipped the dragon last year, so sorry about that. Also, it's the year of the wood serpent. Somebody told me that in the chat last week, so if it was you, let me know. But we could do something like making the actual, I think it would be cool to make the numbers out of wood or something. It would be kind of cool, so. Alright, Bliss is saying I don't think you went too far. I like it, Jack. Thank you. Yeah, Wikipedia said so. Alright, there we go. It must have been Stian then. But anyways, that's going to be it. I'm not going to stream this content anymore since I want to finish this today, and I'll share it to social, so if you want to check it out there, once I'm kind of finished with it. And that's it. That's all I got. I'll be back, like I said, I'll be back Friday, and we'll work on something completely different on Friday. So, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Good start to your week. Thank you for hanging out with me. 29th of January. Is that the Lunar New Year? I know it's the very end of the month, so we're gonna also try to do that one real fast. Like I said, one of my goals is to get faster about working on projects on the stream and not have them linger as much. Because I tend to do that, so. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Go follow all the streamers in that chat. We got Umacorn, we got Sean, Bliss, maybe. Let me scroll. I gotta find somebody to send you to on Twitch, so give me a sec to find somebody streaming artwork. Caroline says, thanks, Jack. Hanging out with you. I enjoy hanging out with you. Oh, thanks. We got somebody, let's see. We got somebody making stickers. Somebody's drawing a strawberry. Happy Monday. Arting. Creeping and glorping with the chat. Let's see what the sticker lady's doing. Oh no, I don't want that one. No, no. Art studies and digital art. This one's cute. No, not that one. I'll still eat a duck. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. You're fine. It's fine. Happy Monday, Arding. Ooh, I'm gonna send you to this person. Whoop. Alright, I got someone loaded up since Umacorn did not stream after me. But I'll see you all later. Are we jumping on the duck stream today? No, this is this is Nelia? It looks like they're making some, it's a loaf of bread that's also a creature, so. I don't think Sean's streaming after me either, so here we go. I'm gonna switch to my see you later screen, and then we will head on over there, so. Well, if y'all, listen, if y'all want to stream after me, then I could raid you. But here we are. Alright, I'll see y'all later. I hope you have a great week, and see you on Friday. Bye, everyone!